So hello everyone, it's your girl Jail Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and today we are celebrating Mother Pat. So happy birthday to Miss Pat McGrath herself. I hope she's having an amazing day. I'm sure all of us are on Instagram just telling her how much we love her and her products and wishing her a happy birthday. So shout out to you, Mother, because you helped make a lot of this space happen. Okay, so my video is gonna be my top 10 favorite Pat McGrath palettes. So I'm going by categories. I have well, basically just about everything except for bronzer, because you know Mother doesn't make that. I'm still patiently waiting, like I patiently waited on the blushes, and hopefully it comes in 2022. So we'll have to see. But let me shout out my girl Dr. Ash and her makeup. Of course, one of the highlights of this year for me was getting to collab with Dr. Ash and her makeup. I was so happy she agreed to do it with me. I told y'all that before. It's actually the first link in the description box of all of my videos. So if you want to see the video collab I did with Dr. Ash and her makeup, you can click on that. But this was an idea inspired by Dr. Ash and her makeup, along with her friends Yachty Beauty and Beauty in the Fridge. So it was so funny because when she made her video the first day, she pointed out and was like, I'm looking for some other people to do it too. And I'm like, oh, so you talking to me? Because you know I love Pat McGrath just as much as you do. So I decided to just go ahead and make a video. Now I'm not doing one every single day we like Ashley and her friends are, but I am doing one for Mother's birthday, which is today when you're watching this video. So let's go ahead and get started with the products I have to pick out. Ashley has a community playlist, if I remember correctly. I think I saw that in her community tab about how you can watch these videos. So I will link this video in that community playlist, and then you can watch mine along with everybody else's, because Ashley came up with some great ideas. Like she has one for blush today when I'm filming this on the 9th. Then she did a gorgeous eye look with, I believe it's the Decadence palette. I don't 100% remember, but I feel like that was the one she used when she did her first video of her eye looks. And then she did one ranking all her Pat McGrath videos, which I love to watch as we rank things just in general. So I've been watching it and thoroughly enjoying all the videos she's been coming out with. So when I get done with this, please believe I'm gonna go watch the blush one, because I didn't get to watch it yet, or the one where she used the Mothership 5 video. So I have to catch up a little bit. But let me stop rambling and get to what you came here for. So I forgot to bring my Pat McGrath concealer with me, but I did want to shout out that product because that is like one of my all-time favorite complexion products from her. I did like the majority of her complexion line, so the majority of that will be in here. So I'm gonna start off with the primer. Now I know a lot of people didn't like this primer, mainly because like when the label would peel off, and you know people weren't with that because of the price point, which I totally understand. Plus it feels really lightweight, and it doesn't feel necessarily like, you know, a Pat McGrath product as a general rule. But I think she was concerned more about the formula than the packaging when it came to this, because the formula on this is beautiful. This feels like moisturizing skincare that smooths out your pores and makes the skin look really nice. I really love the hydration of this product. I feel like it's really good all year long. Like if you have dry skin like Ashley does, I feel like it'd be good for you. But if you have oily combination skin like myself, I feel like you'll like the soothing properties when you first put it on, and like the smoothing, little bit of cooling sensation I feel like it gives when I first put it on. So I love this product, and as you can see, it has helped make my foundation look quite nice. Now I do not have on the Pat McGrath foundation because it's okay, but I'm not obsessed with it. And plus I wanted to try another foundation today. So since it wasn't something I was truly obsessed with, I didn't want to like have it on and put it in this video. So I don't have that on. However, I do have on a couple of her powders because I love Mother's powders as well. So I have the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfecting Setting Powder. This is the shade medium 3. So I have on the yellow one underneath the eyes. Y'all know I love a yellow brightness underneath my eyes. If you are new to this channel, that is one of my favorite things to do, have a yellow brightness underneath my eyes. I do the beige every now and again, but as a general rule, I prefer yellow. I feel like that powder looks really nice underneath the skin. As you can see, my underlay looks nice and smooth, and I have like prominent lines underneath my eyes, so the fact that you can't see them says a lot. Shout out to Mother for that, because I feel like there's a lot of powders that I use that don't necessarily cover that up for me that well. Even with a good concealer, I feel like the powder is just as important as the concealer, and I feel like that powder does a great job of helping people like me who have those creases underneath the eyes to cover it up and smooth it out nicely, as we clearly see in this video. The other powder I used, of course, was the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. I have the shade Deep. I would open it, but mine is broken. I do have the shade Yellow as well, but since we already put on the yellow powder, I didn't feel like we need to double up the yellow, so I just used the Deep shade. I would open it, but like I said, mine is broken. I have videos on all these products, so if you just want to see what I thought about in general of them when I first tried them out, you can go to my Pat McGrath playlist. That's where everything is for Pat McGrath, because she gets her own playlist just because we love Mother that much. And there should be quite a few things on there, because whenever she launches something, I'm usually reaching, snatching, grabbing, trying to push the girls to the side like I need it first. Thank you. So I guess we can get into the new collection, because of course you know the new collection is going to be in here. I have the blush and highlighter on my face right now. So the blush I have on is Paradise Venus. That's the one I seem to like the most. I like more neutrally blushes, so that way when I do a whole bunch of different eye looks in one day, since I have to film a lot of videos in one day, I know that blushes like this will work for me, and that they will work well with my skin tone and work with just about any eye look. So I tend to reach for a blush like this. So this is what it looks like on the inside, and as you can see, this is the color on my cheek. This is a gorgeous blush. I know everybody complains about the compact. I mean, I know it's a little bit annoying. I didn't find it super annoying, I guess, because I knew what was inside was worth the trouble of like trying to press it down a little bit harder and all the issues that come with it. But it's definitely worth it. I mean, it's from Mother, so 9 times out of 10 it's going to be worth it. I rarely have a product from Pat McGrath I don't like, which is good considering how high her price point is. But you know, if it's worth it, it's worth it. So the next thing I have is the highlighter. This is the gold Nectar one, the newest one she just came out with. Now, I'm not a gold highlighter person by any means. If you watch my channel, again, you know I don't really do gold highlighters, but I feel like this one was done so beautifully. Like, it literally looks like I'm just glowing from within. Look at my face. Like, it doesn't look like I put on any highlighter. Like, it looks like I am glowing from within. That's because Mother did the thing with this highlighter. This is what it looks like. It's just a simple gold highlighter, if you will. I feel like it has a little bit more of a peachy gold to it, though. Well, not necessarily peachy gold, because Divine Rose is more of the peachy gold one. But this has a pretty nice gold sheen to it. And I'm not a person who likes gold highlighter. So the fact that I'm in love with this and keep reaching for it, like, the formula has to be pretty nice. Because they're peachy gold highlighters that I would prefer to use. But just because of the formula of that highlighter, I am obsessed with using it. So we're out here glowing, you know, living our best life. Thanks to, again, Mother. Thank you so much. So now, I guess I'll do the lips and then we'll end with the eyes, since that's what Mother has the most of. Now, I have not been counting these things, so I'm sure it's more than 10. That's why I said by categories. But, you know, I was just trying to give it like a catchy title, so I said 10. So, I have some of my favorite lip glosses from Mother. I have Divine Rose. I think I left that in the drawer. But I will show you For Real. I found out about this one from Kelsey Brianna Bay, since Mel Thompson says we're not supposed to call her Kelsey Brianna J. It's Kelsey Brianna Bay. So Kelsey Brianna Bay put me on to For Real by Pat McGrath. It's a lovely nude gloss. I mean, this color is gorgeous. Like, when I don't know what lip to put on, I'll usually reach for colors like this. And I have like my favorite lip combos, and this would definitely be one if I just wanted a simple gloss with a brown lip liner. This is exceptional. Her brown lip liner is really nice too. I forgot to bring it with me because I don't know where my head was, y'all. I was grabbing this up when I was getting ready for work, so I think that's why I missed out on a couple things like the concealer and the lip liner. But her lip liners are really nice too. I have not tried her eyeliner, so I can't speak on those, but the lip liners are amazing, the lip glosses are amazing, and the lipsticks are nice too, because as you can see, I have one on my lips. So my favorite lipstick shades from Pat McGrath are definitely Elston. I love this shade Elston. I have a little sample size of, not sample size, but the mini size of Elston, just because I find, well, if you're new to this channel, again, I'm not really a person who's big on lipstick, so that's why I don't have the full size version of this. Although I do want to get the new one that comes with the lip liner in the box. I still haven't gone on to it because, again, I'm not really big on lip products. But this is like my favorite red. This is one of my favorite reds. I have two favorite reds. I like Arriba from I Love Sada E and ColourPop, and then Elston from Pat McGrath. And then there's like one Maybelline one I like. I think it's called Ruby. It gives a nice glossy effect to the lip. But those are my favorite reds. Random side note. And then I have on the one I have on now, which is Deep Orchid from Mother, and it's just a gorgeous purplish type shade. I think this is a gorgeous shade, and as you can see, it goes quite well with our eye look. So speaking of eye looks, we're going to finally get into all the palettes. So I'm going to start off with the newest one, of course, because y'all, everybody's talking about this shade. And if you don't know what shade I'm talking about, whose tutorial have you been watching where they have not used the shade, which is Rose Fire Nectar? Oh my god, everybody loves Rose Fire Nectar. The whole reason I bought this quad was for Rose Fire Nectar. I kid you not. When they swatched this one in the video, because at first I was like, I don't know if I'm going to get that quad because it looks kind of boring. Then they swatched it and I was like, oh, I'm getting it now. Mother always knows how to suck me in with like one special shade that just It's so special that I have to have the whole quad. Because again, if you're new to this channel, these are not my tones at all. I'm not a neutral girl by any means. I feel like the eye look on my eyes should tell you it all. Like, I'm not into neutrals. But Mother can suck me in and make me buy stuff that I wouldn't normally buy. Well, her and Patrick Ta, because I did review the Patrick Ta palette, the new one that just came out. So yeah, but this right here, oh my god, this shade right here alone is enough for me to be happy owning this quad, because it's just amazing. And then I can mix it with other palettes if I want color. Like, I can mix it with some of her original ones, or I can mix it with some of the smaller ones. She has so many palettes to choose from, so I can just mix that shade with other things and be fine. The next one I have is from the holiday collection. Well, no, I won't do that. Well, yeah, it is from the holiday collection. This is from the, I believe, the 2019 holiday collection. This is my all-time favorite Pat McGrath Quad. I don't care what anybody's talking about. If you're new to this channel, again, I love blue, green, and purple. And this quad in Nocturnal Nirvana is just that. It's blue, green, and purple. It's like Mother knew. Of course, she threw it in a gold, because we all know Mother just has a thing for gold. I don't know what her love and inspiration is gold, but when I meet her, I will ask her, why do you love gold so much? Because gold is in damn near every palette you get from Pat McGrath. So I just want to know, what is her love of gold? Why? Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, this quad is amazing, and this is my all-time favorite Pat McGrath quad. Like, if you had to ask me which quad to buy, and you love colorful shades, and you already have like plenty of mattes in your collection, and you want to try Pat McGrath formula, this is like her special shades. So I would definitely recommend you get this one if you're into color. She has a more neutral one, and then she has a more rosy tone one. I have the rosy tone one. Again, I don't like neutral, so I don't have the neutral one. But this one right here, you need to get this one right here. If you don't get anything else, get that one. That quad is amazing. I have used it so many times, and I'm not a person who uses quads a lot, but Mother did her thing with that one, and I wish she would make more quads like this. Mother, please make more quads like this. That's my birthday wish to you. Okay, so now that we have got my all-time favorite Pat McGrath quad out the way, which is Nocturnal Nirvana, we're going to the last two holiday quads that she, last two holiday palettes that she came out with in 2020. This is Ritualistic Rose. She had this one, Interstellar Icon, and Florida Fantasy, and this was my favorite one. And of course, my favorite one was the one that was made in Italy. Like, I feel like this quad would go great with the one I just showed you all, the Venus Flora palette, because it has that bright pink for me to use, and then I can use Pale Fire Nectar on the lid, and then like put this corner in the inner, put this in the inner corner, or put this in the inner corner. Like, this one right here is my favorite one from her holiday collection of 2020. It's lovely, and I definitely am glad I have it. This was the only one that was made in Italy. The other two were made in the US. And I don't know how I could tell the difference, but it's like I could tell that one was special. And then when I read it, I was like, oh, it's from Italy. Like, that's why I love it so much. Because I love when she does her formulas in Italy. Not that her formulas in America aren't nice. They're still nice. It's just I prefer the ones from Italy. Like this last palette we're going to talk about, which is actually the palette that's on my eyes, is made in the US, mind you. This is the Pat McGrath Labs Mothership Mega Celestial Divinity palette. And oh my god, when this palette came out, I was like, all the people who wanted to try Pat McGrath and didn't want to pay full price, I feel like they should rush to get this palette. Especially when the 20% off sale came at Sephora. If you were Rouge, honey, you should have been rushing to grab this palette. I love this palette. I did so many palette masters for this palette. I think this is actually one of my most used Pat McGrath palettes, believe it or not. And I own a lot of the big $125 ones. So the fact that the $78 one is my most used one, I feel like should tell you that it's a great bargain, and it's a great value, and it's great quality, because since I'm a Pat McGrath connoisseur and have lots of Pat McGrath palettes that are bigger, the fact that I use the cheapest one should say everything that needs to be said. Like, look at this color story. First of all, this is the Star Wars palette. This one and this one, this is the Darth Vader one, and I think the Galactic Gold one, and then she added 6 more shades in the middle, which I was super excited about, because I was unfortunately not able to get the Star Wars one. It launched earlier than it was supposed to, and then people bought it even though, you know, she told us a certain time. So then the people like me who actually waited for the time didn't get a chance to get it, along with the Decadence palette, which I was sad, but God blessed me to be able to get the Decadence palette and not in the Star Wars packaging, and to get this palette with extra shades and not have to buy them separately. So Shout out to God, and shout out to Mother for actually coming out with it again, which I was super excited about. This is definitely my favorite Pat McGrath palette to use because I feel like I just get a lot of variety, a lot of shades, and it was a great price point. So I always, if anyone asks about a Pat McGrath palette, like my two favorite ones as far as my taste for Pat McGrath will definitely be this one, just because I feel like you get a lot of bang for your buck with this one, and then this one because this gives you all the special shades and colors that I truly love. And since I own a lot of palettes, I can easily dip into other Pat McGrath palettes or just a matte palette to make the Blitz Astral Quad work, and then I can dip into Jackie Ina's palette to make Mother's palette work, since Jackie's palette has more mattes than shimmers. So those are all of my favorite Pat McGrath items. Again, happy birthday to you, Mother, if you happen to stumble across this video. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are dimes. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Okay, bye. Be blessed.